Hey everybody. So we saw how easy search was. We saw how easy modeling the data was. Let's do something else that's really powerful to our users, in particular our developers, who may want those devices, that device table, as JSON through a REST API, almost reverse engineering what we've done here, but instead of YAML, they want the JSON, which would make total sense. Now you might say, just like search, we're going to make a REST API? Like, that sounds hard and complicated. Not at all. Django has a Django REST framework, DRF, that includes one extra step. That's all we have to do. We have our model, and the API view basically takes care of itself. But what it needs to look at is the serialized version of the data, which means we need a serializer. Similar to how we plugged into Q to build our search, we're going to plug into our serializers to build an API. Let's take a look, and we're going to do this together. Nothing's pre-staged here tonight, by the way, and I'm going to do my best to try to just keep rolling and not edit. People have kind of expressed that they like to see, they learn from my mistakes as much as they learn from the success, and it's kind of neat to see my process. Okay, so again, we have search, and in our views here now, under URLs, we have this API where we go to Merlin API URLs. All right, so let's break into there. And again, our URLs, we do have to add something here. And what we're going to bring in is a router and register devices as a devices view set. Okay, that's all we have to do in this URLs page, but we do need to set up our view, and we'll work backwards to get to the serializer. Okay, so we're going to import, this doesn't exist yet, we have to build it, but a device serializer, and we need to import our devices. And let's make this devices just to be consistent. So now we're going to build a class for that device. This is our view set. So let's go back. What do we call this view set here? Devices view set. And this is a view sets dot model view set, which takes in two things: the query set, which in this case is going to be devices objects all, and let's order them by the timestamp as they were entered into the database. And then we need a serializer class, which is going to be our devices serializer, which we have to build right now. Okay, so that's our URL and our views. And there's going to be a complaint here that that serializer doesn't exist. Invalid syntax. What did I get wrong here? Query set equals, oh, a double equals there. That's why I checked my server. Now it should complain that there's no serializer. Right, cannot import name because it, right. So now let's go to our serializers file. And we're going to have to import our data, our model devices. And let's build a class, devices serializer, which is a serializers hyperlinked model serializer, which has a class of meta, which has a model of devices, and the following fields where we're going to go get from our model. And I don't know all these off the top of my head. I know most of them, but let's, right, these come from the model right here. Right, so our fields are going to include the host name, the alias, the device type, the operating system, the username. I'm not going to present the password. Let's just hide it. Let's not bring it into the API. I don't know, I might regret that, but we can always adjust later down the road if we find that maybe we do want the password in the API, but I'm not going to include it for out of the box. Now I believe this will also let our users post and make new objects programmatically, right? Where we can make a script to populate this API or to populate the database. So now we have our serializer. Is our server complaining? Nope. Let's go take a look at /API. And we should have a new API for devices. And there's our devices. And right here, we could add a new device with a timestamp as a post, right? So we can either do it through the admin panel or through the API so far. I should test that, but I will test that later. But this is the kind of idea that I want to build inside of a Django without the API, right inside of our Django Merlin. This exact thing where they fill out the form and hit post and it populates the database. So we're pretty close. We have that in an API now. And that's it for the API. There's literally nothing else to do. Add the serializer. That's it. Have a separate search URLs and views file just to keep things organized. And away you go. It builds it all for you, including the form to post. Just incredible. All right, we'll see you soon. We have more views to handle.